Nothing kills a Guardian faster than another Guardian.
Hey everyone, this is Matt and I'm here with Louise.
Hello.
And we're at Gamescom, and Louise has been playing the Destiny 2 Forsaken DLC. Now Louise, I know next to nothing about Destiny.
That's okay.
So you're going to
There's
have to
always
explain
time
this
to
to me
change you.
like I'm an idiot.
So that's not any different from normally. So Destiny 2's Forsaken DLC is coming out on September the 4th. And it's coming with a campaign mode, as ever. It comes with additional campaign to add to the story. We already know that in this campaign, someone very important to Destiny kicks the bucket and shuffles off this mortal coil, which is a big deal. But we've also got a new game mode, which is what I played today, which is Gambit mode. Now, it's actually a really interesting combination of PvP and PvE. So if you are like me and you maybe don't like going into the Crucible that much to fight other players, so that's where you would fight other Guardians. If you're a complete Destiny, that's where you fight other Guardians. But now they've created, previously your PvP stuff was just your standard deathmatch, control, capture the flag, all of these things. But now what you have to do is, Gambit means 2 arenas. You both land in these 2 arenas, sets of 4 players, and basically it's kind of like, I kind of like to think of it as a game show. So there's these hordes.
I'm in.
You're in. It's like a game show. There's these hordes of enemies arrive, waves of enemies. You kill the enemies, and they drop motes, which are these lovely shining triangles. And then you go and collect that, and you scurry with them back to a machine in the middle, and then you slam these motes with a very satisfying slamming mechanic. You slam these into the machine in the middle. Now, what this does is interesting because you've got 2 sets of players playing in 2 different arenas. If you put in enough motes, then you'll actually send a bigger bad into the other player's arena where they're playing, so that makes it more challenging for them. And when you do that, it also takes away their mote machine, so they can't fill with your motes if you've sent that in.
Right.
So it's got this really interesting combination. And what it also does, that PvP element, if you unlock enough motes, if you put enough motes into that machine, you can actually open a portal, and one of your players can go through the portal and into the other player's arena, who are already distracted shooting the Taken or the Fallen or any of these things. They're already pretty distracted, so you can pick them off that way. So it's a really good way of messing with their productivity. Then you dive back through because it's only a limited time thing. But really, you can see how well you're doing as well. So there's a bar up at the top that says how many motes you've actually banked. So the end game is, once you've sent back some bosses back and forth, is to get this primeval. So that's the biggest bad that you can get, lands at the end, and basically the first set of players to beat that wins. But what's cool is the fact that I think you need 75 motes to unlock that. So one set of players could already be beating their primeval. Meanwhile, others could be scurrying about like we were actually in one of our losing matches, scurrying about desperately trying to pick up enough motes to bank to then take on the primeval. So it's this brilliant race and combo of PvP and PvE, a little bit of a horde mode in there, waves. There's constantly waves of different enemies. So it's actually, I quite like it, as you can probably tell. It's quite exciting.
Also, I'm wondering what game shows you've been watching, because that's
violent ones with violent ends.
So is there any other elements to it other than the sort of the mote stuff and the PvP, PvE stuff?
Well, that is the absolute high concept idea of it. That's the end game of it. But what's interesting, and it won't get that repetitive, because I think the head of Gambit at Bungie, basically, he tweeted out that there's something like 36 different ways you can play Gambit. So there's 4 different maps, one of which I played today, which was really fun, which you were jumping between. There was basically holes in the earth and you were jumping between places. So that's another way. If you die, you lose your motes.
Right.
So, and other players can see who lost the motes. So if you're playing with your friends and it says that someone has just lost you 11 motes, like that's a big deal. So that means someone's
Did you lose any motes?
I did not lose any motes.
Right.
I'm all about few motes, going to bank it, more motes.
So that's interesting. So obviously there's like a meta game there in terms of like how much you're willing to risk.
Yeah, so I'm not the one that's willing to, I'm not getting to 10 or 12 motes. I'm scurrying because I am risk averse in that sense, because I'm not going to be that person for the team. But there was someone lost us 11 motes at some point.
It was a very specific number you picked.
I was furious. So. I was absolutely furious. But it's that kind of, although you're obviously on the team together, it is about working together. It is about working out who's going where and what you're doing, and there's always constantly new spawns of different enemies going in, so there is a definite strategy to it. It's not just shoot and go. And
I guess, like, if you are doing the big risky stuff and you are taking more motes, then you're bringing worse things into the other player's game quicker.
Yes, absolutely you are. You're dropping in all the, there's various sizes of Taken were arriving in the other arena, but what I really like at the start is the Guardians spawn in on either side of each other. So it's like, and obviously Destiny's all about emotes. So you're literally standing there and everyone's dancing and pointing and like generally being sassy. Or, you know, you could just sit down, but why would you do that? So I think it promotes definite competition between the two because it gets really heated, especially when the music gets really exciting and there's everything to play for. I think the fact that it is quite a nice, I mean, it's not just your regular deathmatch or any of those things, which are great, obviously, and Destiny's perfect at them, but this is something new.
It needs something else, though, doesn't it?
Does.
And maybe this is it.
Destiny 2's endgame hasn't been particularly well received for multiple reasons, but they're actually bringing in things like RNGs coming back in, so you will get randomly dropped weapons. You won't get them with set ones anymore, which is really what the fandom has been asking for. There's been a lot of different things that were changed from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, which perhaps were questionable, and I think the Taken King in the first Destiny was really a changing point, so we're hoping that Forsaken does the same for Destiny 2.
I mean, that was going to be my last question, and what little I know about Destiny is I know that Taken King is basically brilliant.
Yes.
So is it as good?
Well, I played at E3, I actually played the first level of the new campaign, and I loved it. It was great Destiny, everything was cinematic, there was explosions. Destiny's really good at making you feel like a hero. You know that Bungie gunplay's there, you've got your favourite weaponry, you're going in and you've got these big heroes that you've been playing with, and you've got your ghost, and it's all hero wish fulfillment in Destiny's great, and when it's right, it's brilliant. And I think the campaign there, what we've seen of the new modes there, I'm excited for September 4th, so we don't even have that long to wait.
I was going to say, it's almost here.
It's almost here.
All right. Let's see what we've got.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you, Louise. If you've got any questions about the Forsaken DLC, please pop them in the comments. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to Logitech G for more videos throughout Gamescom.